Hey guys, Ryan here. So today I want to discuss my favorite seasons, my least favorite seasons. I'm going to rank each season of The Walking Dead from my least favorite all the way up to my favorite, all 9 seasons. So, yeah, if this video may, contain, obviously it'll contain a lot of spoilers, so yeah, get ready for that. Anyways, so coming in at number 9 would be Season 8. Season 8 was just not my season. I didn't really care, a lot of people didn't, but I didn't like at all what they did with Carl. I didn't care about, some of the storylines. The Sanctuary storyline just became so boring after a long time, after a little bit, where they would spend a majority of the episode there, because we got some in Season 7, they weren't all that bad, but they weren't the highlight of the season. And then this season they felt so dragged on. Dwight betrayed them in Season 7 and nothing even was done about it. What? I don't know. I'm not gonna complain. I don't like to complain, especially about Walking Dead, but that season definitely had its flaws. I will definitely say that. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I actually want to say a little bit more. I felt like there wasn't really a story, where in each episode it was holy crap, where I felt like it all just blended together, where everything's a blur, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it just felt like there wasn't a bunch of story, or there wasn't a bunch of, holy crap, that was a good episode. It felt like, that's what I mean though, an episode doesn't stand out. It all just feels so blended. Nothing really jumps out at me. But yeah, that's all I want to say about that. So anyways, coming up next would be Season 1. Now, Season 1, it's not a bad season. Season 8 isn't a bad season either. None of these seasons are bad. They just aren't as good as some of the other seasons. So, as every other show is, not every season is just as good as the other. They all have either they're worse or they're better. So, anyways, Season 1, it had its moments of, that was a good season. It had its flaws as well, to where, actually, season 1 really didn't have any flaws, honestly. It had some. Some of the parts were a little boring, but some of them really hooked you. So, yeah, Season 1 was a great season. You had Amy's death, Jim's death, Jackie's death, a lot of Ed's death. There was a lot of death in Season 1, so, yeah, overall, a pretty solid season. It wasn't bad, but anyways, coming in at number 7, I believe. Yeah, 7 would be Season 7. I love Season 7. I don't care what you guys want. I don't care what people want to say about it. You can complain about some of the episodes, but that season really was I love Season 7. I rewatched it, and I didn't have too many bad things to say. Obviously, you can say that the bottle episodes didn't really help this season's case, of when people want to complain about it, but the bottle episodes don't really bother me too much when I go back and watch them. Just some of them kind of irritate me, because the episode 2 and episode 3 could have been blended together. Episode 5 and episode 6 could have been blended together. All just for the sake of them including so much more story in an episode, and it doesn't feel like so much of filler. Introduce Oceanside and have the Saviors terrorize Hilltop in one episode. That'd be sweet. Introduce King Ezekiel and introduce the Sanctuary in one episode. It would have been sweet. The Walking Dead does not have the biggest budget in the world, but they can do it. Look at some of their bigger episodes, No Way Out, the zombies, the explosions, all that stuff. They can do it. The battle in Season 4, Episode 8, Season 5 premiere, The Walking Dead has its episodes. It can do what it wants. It doesn't have the biggest, budget, but when you have, a budget so big, like Game of Thrones, it's mostly spent on CGI, the dragons and the, I don't know which one, but the direwolves and the, children of the forest, I don't know, the creatures the whites, the Night Kings, all that stuff, that's CGI. The Walking Dead needs CGI to, kill zombies and have some of the gore, but it's not, a big part of it. The Walking Dead is a really realistic show. Take out the zombies. It's really realistic. So yeah, The Walking Dead, it can do what it wants. It has a budget. It has a pretty good budget. Not the biggest budget in the world, but it has what it wants. They could combine stuff together. Episode 7 and Episode 8, Episode 9, those were solid episodes, and I think that this really would have helped the episodes feel more solid or become more solid if you had the combination of those sort of things, and then leave, Episode 4 alone that has its moments with Negan coming to Alexandria and like episode 1 with. It would have been cool to see episode 2 and episode 1 together. That would have been kind of cool to see, because you would have had like a break from all the brutalness, and not the entire next episode be just like okay. But it had to be daytime and stuff, so it makes sense that they couldn't do it together. But I don't really know how to put it, but they really could have combined more episodes together. Anyways, moving on, because that was way too long of a spiel. But anyways, coming in at number 6 would be season. What is it? Sorry, I gotta look at my list. Season 4. Okay. Season 4 really did have great episodes, like episode 8, episode 14, 15, and 16. I love the last 4 episodes. Episode 13 was really good too. I love the last 4 episodes of season 4. I love the first few episodes with like the flu and stuff. Those are really intense. The governor episodes, they're okay. I mean, it would have been cool if it was like sprinkled a little bit throughout the entire season, like the beginning of the season, like holy crap, he's getting there, he's coming back, oh no, he's gonna be there next episode. But I mean, season 4 really didn't have very many flaws in my opinion. I really love season 4. So anyways, next up I believe is season 3. Yeah, season 3, I love the mid-season finale and the mid-season premiere. I love the last 2 episodes minus Andrea's death. That was something that they didn't need to do that. But, like, the introduction to the prison was sweet. The introduction to the governor and Michonne was awesome. It really expanded the universe, and it really introduced us to, like, the actual first villain of the series. So, I really liked that. But, yeah, overall, Season 3 really had my attention. I love Season 3. Lori's death, T-Dog's death, Andrea, Merle, a lot of death. And then, like, a bunch of the prisoners, they were dying a lot. And then, like, the battle of the prison in the last episode, and then in episode 10 as well, so that was cool. And then, yeah, so not much more to say about that. But next up, well, what place is it? I know it's season 6, but okay, number 4, season 6. Season 6 was a crazy season. You got the introduction to Negan, introduction to the Hilltop, sort of like the introduction to the Kingdom in the very last episode, but anyways, so introduction to the Saviors. You had the No Way Out story with all the zombies, the wolves and everything. That was crazy. It was such a great season, a solid season minus the cliffhanger. I don't think you can really say how much that hurt the show, but minus that, this was a really, really solid season. And yeah, I mean, I really like season 6. If that's more of a season, if you like sit down and watch it, you're like, holy crap, that was crazy. Like, they really did go all out. Because in the first episode, you have this huge horde of, 5,000 walkers or so. In the next episode, you have a huge battle with these psycho people. So, I mean, yeah. Next up in number 3 is Season 2. Season 2, holy crap. That season, and take back what I said about Season 6 with, the sit down and watch. Season 2, that season is just amazing. You have Carl getting shot, Sophia missing, the reveal of Sophia's death, Shane's death, Dale's death, I'm going to say Judith's death, Dale's death, and then the burning of the farm, the introduction to Herschel, Maggie, and all them. It was a really, really solid season. The Lori's being pregnant and, the mystery of whose baby it is, the Walker being full of barns, the barn being full of walkers. I love this season so much. I really do. So, anyways, yeah, next up is Season 5. Season 5, the premiere is what made it. It was such a great premiere. I love the last, from episode 11 to the finale, I love those episodes so much. I can sit down and watch them, no problem, any day. The introduction to Alexandria, or no, not episode 11, 10. I love the storm, and then Aaron's introduced at the end, because it feels like a different story than what happened in episode 9. Episode 9 really does feel like its own story with Tyrese's death, and then before that you have Beth's death. You have, episode 3, 4 Walls and a Roof. That episode was crazy. I love that episode. The Walking Dead has so many good episodes. I can't even begin to, oh my god. Anyway, so that episode, the one where Jared, what the heck? Gareth gets, completely destroyed by Rick, and they all just get, and that part was so creepy when they're all coming in with the guns. Not Rick, but, when Gareth and the hunters, the termites, the cannibals, they have so many different names, but when they come in, they're like, know everybody that's there and everybody that's gone. It's really creepy and it's really cool. But anyways, coming in at number 1 is Season 9. Season 9, if you think about where it started at the new beginning to where it ended, 6 years later, and winter, after the Whisperers have been introduced, Rick has left, Jesus is dead. Spoiler warning for Season 9, by the way. Sorry about that. Well, actually, never mind. I already said this was going to contain spoilers, so that's your fault. But anyways, Jesus' death, Tara's death, Enid's death, Henry's death. Who else? Someone else died. I could have swore. Didn't someone else die? Well, yeah, obviously there was like the 10 people that died on the Pikes, but I feel like there was someone else that died. Anyways, this season was so freaking good. You have the Beta versus Daryl, the introduction to the Whisperers, that episode 12, that was sweet. The confrontation episode with Alpha and Daryl, like the hilltop and everything. Adaptation, I love that episode. Like, the bridge scene is one of my favorite scenes of the entire series. It's so good. And then, like, the ending, the introduction to Magna, Luke, Yumiko, Connie Kelly, all those people. The X-Scars episode, the Pike episode, the Winter episode. Every episode really has, like, its own thing. That's one thing that I love about Season 9, because they don't blur together. I know what happens in what episode. Like, the Season 9 premiere, Oh, Gregory, that's who died. Jeez, that was irritating me. Anyways, like, it stands out to me that in Season 9, Episode 13, Daryl fought Beta. In Season 9, Episode 12, we got introduced to the Whisperers, and Alpha got her head cut off. Alpha cut off that one lady's head. In Season 9, Episode 14, Michonne, we found out what happened with her and the Scars. Season 9, Episode 15, the Pike moment. Like, stuff does not blur together for me. It feels like, big episodes, really good episodes, a solid season. It was such an amazing season. The Pike episode, episode 915, is my all-time favorite episode of The Walking Dead. It has been ever since I saw it. I love that episode so much. I cannot wait for it to come out on DVD or whatever, Blu-ray, so I can watch it, because in my opinion, that is the solidest episode of the series. I know some people may not agree, some people may have different opinions on it, but the Pike reveal, the Horde, just those 3 characters, those are my top 3 favorite characters of the series that are alive. If Glenn was alive and he was there, that would have made him even more better, but, like, even more better, what the heck. But those are my 3 favorite characters that are still alive on the show. Wait, that makes no sense. Those are my 3 favorite characters. Like, those are, out of my top 4 favorite characters, those are the top 3, with Glenn in there. Glenn is number 2. Or 3, sorry, whatever. Michonne, it goes Daryl, Carol, Glenn, Michonne. So if Glenn was there, that would be even cooler. But out of all the characters in The Walking Dead, top 4, those 3 are on it. So just seeing them all together fighting the Whisperers and those walkers and the fair going on, it was so cool because you didn't know who was on the Pike because they changed it so much from the comics. But yeah, anyways, this video is going to be so long, and I don't even think it's that good of a video. I rambled on too much about everything. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so Walking Dead Season 10 trailer is tomorrow. Expectation videos for the trailer will be up after this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.